welcome to Pitchside Studio. Now, what a start for Islamabad United. They've got those important points and they've started off so well. You've got to give credit to Shadab Khan as well as Salman Ali Agha for that brilliant chase. We've seen that in the past as well with HBL PSL history, that Islamabad United seem to be great chasers. And remember, they won the toss and they decided to bowl first. So kudos to them. Qalandars, the defending champions, obviously will have to reflect and see where they went wrong today. And to talk us through more about that, I've got Marina Iqbal and Bazid Khan. Marina, thank you for joining us. Just on the match first, Islamabad United versus Lahore Qalandars, and we saw that Lahore Qalandars are one team that's always a hot favourite in the last few years. At the toss, when you look at the statistics, you'd see that batting first was perhaps a better option. But Islamabad United seemed to back chasing any kind of target down.
Well, that was a surprise for me as well, because Shadab has always been very vocal about relying on stats and doing things strategically. But I think they also had a lot of confidence in their batting lineup. And when you look at it, obviously they've got experienced batters. You've got someone who can anchor the innings, and then you've got Azam Khan. So I think, again, there was a good decision. Obviously, it went their way. But normally, teams, when there's the first match, you don't have much of the assessment of the surface. They do rely to ball first. So I think that actually, for me, that worked out nicely for them. And they understood the surface and the conditions pretty well. And they came up all guns blazing.
No super over for you, Baz, then? Unfortunate?
No super over. But yeah, it's quite interesting. You normally associate Islamabad United as a data-driven team, and they go against the grain and actually bowl first. Whereas you look at Lahore Qalandars and you think that they've got a bowling attack that can defend anything. Now, this season is going to be a test. Last two seasons, Shaheen Shah Afridi won the HBL PSL because of the fact that he didn't have any holes in that bowling lineup. Now there's a glaring hole straight away before the tournament. Once Rashid Khan isn't in that side, who's going to bowl in that middle overs? And today it was felt. You don't have a spinner that obviously can't replace Rashid Khan, but you don't have another spinner of quality. So then you're relying on Haris Rauf to come back. You're relying on Zaman to come back earlier. You're relying on Shaheen Shah Afridi himself to bowl his overs earlier. So now there's a gap. And this is the first game, remember. Every team now will realize that this is a gap we can exploit. So this time around, it won't be as simple. Especially captaincy won't be as simple, because remember last year we were talking about, is this the best bowling attack in the world T20-wise? If you look at any attack, is this the best attack? Lahore Qalandars attack, we had everything, fast bowlers, spinners, everything. But right now, first game and it's shown up.
Well, one guy who definitely showed up today was Sahibzada Farhan. I mean, Marina, you spoke about how he scored heaps of runs in the national T20 as well as four-day cricket. That surely would have given him a lot of confidence.
Well, definitely, and you can see that in his game, and especially when you are someone who's been performing over the formats. He performed the national T20, that was a shorter format. Then in Qaid-e-Azam Trophy, he had that temperament. He improved game by game, and that gives you a lot of strength and also confidence on your skill as well as where you can improve as an overall player. And you can see him coming down his first game, and there wasn't a dull moment. He was so confident coming out and enjoying the stroke play that it looks like $1 million, and he's been cashing on his brilliant form so far.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about being in form. He's got another guy on the other end who's able to hit as well. But just in terms of Lahore Qalandars, you were talking about the fact that Rashid Khan is not available. Sikandar Raza is an option that might be there for them. That's what we're hearing. Do you think that's going to make any difference to their side?
I think you can't really replace Rashid Khan. That's a given, because he's such a quality bowler. They'll have to fill that gap somehow. Who do they find in those middle overs that can do a job? Just make sure that the team doesn't go away from there. If they can't win the game there, make sure that they stay within the game and maybe bowl a few economical overs or get a wicket. You don't have the luxury of a quality spinner after the power play coming in and giving you both, not giving away runs and getting away. So it'll be a challenge. I'm not saying that it's not a challenge that they can't overcome, but straight away the first game tells you that it's going to be a challenge.
Rassi van der Dussen then, another wonderful addition to their side. Remember, that was one area as well with Lahore Qalandars that you used to look at that middle order and say, do they have the batsmen to be giving them that kind of stability? And then you've got the experience of somebody like that. He showed what he's all about today.
Well, he's a utility player, and there is no doubt about it. He can shift gears whenever he wants. He can become an anchor and just play around you, and he can take the team alongside him. His partner, we have seen that. Initially, he was relying on singles and doubles, but the moment Farhan got out, he knew that now his role has been changed. So he has the ability to take on bowlers, and at any moment of the game, at any phase, he can hit big. So that sort of utility, you need to have someone who can come in the middle orders and then accelerate by the end of the innings.
What about the captain then? You know, Shadab Khan, again, his own form has been rather worrying because we saw that he also played the ILT20, didn't really do well in that. But as a captain, he likes to come one down. We've seen that a lot. He backs himself at that number, and today he did what he was supposed to, played a skipper's knock.
It's almost like it's comfortable when we come back to these studios and we're comfortable talking with you. And with Shadab, it's comfortable because he's back to Islamabad United. It's where his journey began, it's where he's most comfortable. And batting form-wise or bowling form-wise, they will back him to the tilt. And they've done that forever. So it's a situation where Shadab comes back to a place which is almost like family, coming back home, and he's almost treated as the one player, and that increases his confidence, that gets him back to the level of performance that he's used to. Even when there's a dip of form, he comes back here and he's certainly treated like one of our own or one of Islamabad United's icons, and that plays a massive effect.
Yeah, it looks like he feels very comfortable, like Baz said. Salman Ali Agha is quite a story. We've seen him in different formats play for the national side, and now we're seeing him play so well for Islamabad United. He did mention the fact that he's always wanted to play for Islamabad United because he likes their style of playing. That's what we've seen from him. What did you like about his innings today?
Well, I think he got his wish, and obviously if you're in an environment where everyone around you has an intent to go and make an impact, that actually gives you a boost. And actually, I think with Shadab it was brilliant because he gave him the freedom to get some time early on. And from Salman Ali Agha, you can sense that he won't be going for the bowlers and hit big from the moment go. But he likes to dig in and then change the gears, and that's exactly what he has done. And today's inning was important because it was the first game, but what Shadab did was take more responsibility on himself, and whenever Salman felt comfortable, he changed the gear and then he attacked. And I think with this environment, we'll see more potential out of him coming out.
Lahore certainly had their chances as well in the field, Baz. I mean, saw that dropped catch by Sahibzada Farhan, and overall as well, I mean, it's almost like they need a bit of a kick start to get going in this tournament. They're starting off like Lahoris do, a bit lazy in the start, and then they get their groove in the middle of the tournament.
Yeah, it's like a diesel engine. They need to get warmed up. It was a feel to as if it was the first game of the season, because they were sloppy, because they weren't really on it at the very beginning. It wasn't as if it's mid-season where everybody's firing, and it was as if they were coming into the first game and then finding their way. And it cost him the game in the end because of those lapses. And you're absolutely right. It looked as if they were there off the boil, and it had that feel of a very early season game when everybody's finding their footing. Hopefully, for you two, Lahoris, they do find their footing and they get to that level. But today I don't think there's be a performance that they look back on and think, oh, we did well. We did a few things well, maybe, but it's not a performance that they look back on fondly.
All right, in case you guys missed out on all the action, here is what happened in terms of the numbers. Remember, Islamabad United won the toss and they decided to bowl first, something that they always back. and Lahore Qalandars managed to put up 195 in their 20 overs, courtesy Fanda Dusan making 71 not out in 41 balls. Saibzada Farhan chipping in as well as Abdullah Shafiq. In response, Islamabad United made it look rather easy. They made their 200 runs. Shadab Khan, the skipper, leading from the front with that 74. They've got the strike rates in place as well. Salman Ali Agha making 64 as well. So overall, I have to say that it was a good day for Islamabad United. We're talking about how today went. We're talking about how this innings went. In case you guys missed out on the glittering opening ceremony, here it is. That was a fantastic opening ceremony that we had today. Some brilliant performances by Ali Zafar. Arif Lohar, you've got to say, when you talk about folk singing in Pakistan, Arif Lohar is one of the main guys, main names that comes forth. Ali Zafar also making a comeback in the HBL PSL along with Aima Beg. They seem to be hot favourites within the Pakistan circuit. Ali Noor as well as Hamza Ali Noor. Ali Zafar obviously getting that crowd behind him with his energetic performance. There was a bit of a light show going on and some really energetic performances by Aima Beg and Ali Zafar with all the dancing, all the colours. And don't forget the fireworks, the epic fireworks in the end were worth a look. It really has been a dream start to this HBL PSL. And I guess, when you look at it, it was the first day, Marina, of the HBL PSL, but fantastic crowd, great atmosphere. When the lights were out, you had all these colors in the sky and some of your main performers really coming forth and delivering the way you expect them to.
Well, I think that's what Lahore is all about, and Lahore is all about. When celebrating an event, no one can beat Lahoris.
Bazit, do you agree, being an Islamabad?
Yeah, absolutely. I give Islamabad a bad name because I'm so dull, but yeah, it's fabulous. It's obviously whenever HBL PSL starts or comes back on the screen, everything shifts to that. And the focus today, I thought the opening ceremony was wonderful. I thought Nouri with that new look, with that long beard, that was right up my street.
What about Ali Zafar? He's also making a comeback in the HBL PSL. He's been at the top of things. He's got the anthem going as well. Did you enjoy his performance?
Oh yes, definitely I did. I mean, if someone who can bring the crowd to their feet is Ali Zafar, he's definitely knows how to put up a show, and I think he's becoming a pro with HBL PSL songs now, and he nailed another one.
All right, the tournament has just started right now, Baz, and I've got to ask you this because it is a little premature. It's rather premature.
I know where you're going.
You know where, we all know what I'm going to ask next, but you know where I'm going. I'm going exactly where you think I'm going, which is, you saw the result today, but we've got plenty more games coming up. All the teams have different strengths and weaknesses. Anything in particular that, you like about a team, or you think this team is looking really strong and is favourites to win?
I think every time you look at that Islamabad United team and you can't pick a fault with them, I think this time their draft was even better because they picked Naseem Shah. They struggle with their death bowling, but I'm quite excited to see Quetta play. I think Quetta has done well with their team, and I think way that they perform or come along, the change in captain as well, so maybe that'll help. I think that is also a team to watch out for. There's still a lot of games, there's still a lot of teams, but I think the one team that right now, because they haven't had great years, a few great years with the PSL, is Quetta. So hopefully they can make their mark and come back into the HBL PSL, because he's not had a strong Quetta Gladiators for a number of years now.
Absolutely. They've made quite a few changes in their side. Karachi Kings is also looking very different. So these two teams that have been rather at the bottom of the table have made wholesome changes to make it work for them. Right. This is what we've got for you tomorrow. Remember, Super Sunday with a double header. Quetta Gladiators will be taking on Peshawar Zalmi later today, as we'd like to call it, as it's already 12:30 here in Pakistan. And then you've got a match happening in Multan. Multan will be having their first game, and it's the home side, Multan Sultans. They are up against Karachi Kings, the new look of Karachi Kings, I'd rather say. All right, so should be a good one when you look at Multan Sultans and Quetta Gladiators. Quetta Gladiators is what Bazit said he's looking forward to. Karachi Kings, they look different, Marina, this time.
Yeah, they do, and they look more balanced and sorted in both bowling and batting. And again, I think there wasn't a question about their balance. It was just not coming together for them. And this time, I think that most of the teams have that thing sorted out. So let's see how they go.
All right, there you heard it from Marina as well. It'll be interesting to see how Karachi fares. It'll be interesting to see how Quetta Gladiators fares. Well, that's the beauty of the HBL PSL, that every year you get to see all these trades happening as well, and different teams, different players overall. Today it was Islamabad United's day. Tomorrow, let's see what it's going to be like. But I can tell you that it's going to be an action-packed Sunday. That's pretty much all that we have for you from here. I'm sure you enjoyed this game. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Stay tuned to all the action in the HBL PSL.
खुल के खेल प्यारे कब तक तू डरेगा दिल में आया जो है वो कब तू करेगा खुल के खेल प्यारे कब तक तू डरेगा दिल में आया जो है वो कब तू करेगा खुद पे डाउट किया तो जान ही मरेगा डर को आउट किया